everyone, and welcome back to my channel. And today I kind of wanted to do a little getting to know you video. My last video is my very first video that garnered over 1,000 views, and so that's really exciting for me. But it also brought in 30 to 40 new subscribers. So I really thought I would sit down and just kind of chat and let you guys get to know me. I kind of broken this video up into three parts. So, in the first part, I'll be answering some questions regarding YouTube and the business aspect of it. In the second part, it'll be more about like my personal life, like where I'm from and all of that sort of stuff. And then the last section is just kind of fun questions that I really think bring together who I am personally and what I want to bring to this channel. And now this isn't really a Q&A. I didn't really reach out to you guys to ask me questions, but I had an AI generate some questions that would be really good for this type of video. So hopefully the AI did me well and kind of get to know me a little bit. Without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so the first set of questions is about YouTube, my journey with YouTube, and kind of the business aspects of YouTube. And the first question is, what inspired you to start a YouTube channel? And I did YouTube a little bit back whenever I was in high school, and I really enjoyed it and had a lot of fun coming up with the video ideas and editing it and seeing my work put out there in the world. I didn't restart my YouTube channel, I just kind of deleted my old videos and started back up with YouTube because I have a lot to say whenever it comes to minimalism and simple living and how it can really affect and change your life. And so I really wanted to start YouTube to one, inspire people, and to two, keep it as a sort of video diary. So years from now, I can look back and see what I was doing at this point in my life. And I thought it would be really fun to be able to look back like that. And I also thought it would be a nice creative outlet. I feel like I am a very creative person, but I 100% do not have the ability to draw or do anything like that. But I can make and create these videos. And so I thought it would be a really fun way to let out some creativity since I can't do all of those other artistic things. And the second question is, what types of content can viewers expect from my channel? And I mentioned in the last question that I'm really into minimalism and simple living and just explaining to people how their lives can be better with less. And that's obviously not the only thing I'm worried about. I'll do some vlogs and I'll do some reset type videos and maybe some bookish vlogs, travel vlogs. I really want to be able to do everything and have something here for everyone. I know that with YouTube, you're supposed to settle on a niche, but that's really not my vibe. I really am a jack of all trades. I enjoy a lot of different hobbies, and I really want to express that and share that here. But my main focus is on minimalism and simple living. But I really hope that you all can find something here that really resonates with you and that you'll be able to come back and enjoy my videos time and time again. The next question is, how do you come up with video ideas? And I kind of use a combination of methods. I get a lot of creative ideas from other creators. I like to get ideas from channels like Darling Desi, Ashlyn Eaton, The Minimal Mom. I really like Alexandra Rosalind for bookish content, and so I get a lot of ideas from them and kind of put my own twist on it. There are also just video ideas that come to me and that I would really love to create. And so I will jot them down, and then whenever the time is right or I'm feeling like I can really do something fleshed out with it, I'll pick it back up and come up with a rough idea of what a video like that would look like. And then whenever I'm really stuck in a rut, I've been using AI to generate some video ideas, and I'll just take the ideas that resonate with me from it. I will look through my list of video ideas at the beginning of every month and then decide really what I'm feeling inspired to do in the moment. And so AI has really been a helpful tool for me. I don't use it to come up with most of my ideas, but when I'm feeling really stuck, it has helped me come up with some pretty good video ideas depending on what I'm feeling and really what kind of content I want to generate that month. The next question is, what has been your biggest challenge starting YouTube and how did you overcome it? And there was a lot of fear that I had surrounding starting YouTube, and I really still haven't gotten over it, but I've persevered through it. So with each video, I become a little bit more confident in the content I'm creating. So I'll kind of just run through some of these fears that I had when starting YouTube and how I've been managing that. The first one was definitely the fear of getting started. And I eventually realized that this fear wasn't serving me anymore and that it was hindering my potential. And so I did a Skillshare course on beginner YouTuber, and the course instructor said, you just have to get started. Like, that is the biggest hurdle to overcome, is the fear of getting started. And so once I posted my first video, it was pretty much smooth sailing. So if you're thinking about doing YouTube or making a career change or doing any other big scary things, just get started. Another hurdle I had to overcome was the fear of judgment. What would my friends and my family and the people I went to school with think about me? Like, there's a lot of negativity surrounding influencers, and I don't really want to be an influencer. I guess I'm kind of trying to de-influence you. There's a lot of judgments surrounding content creation and people thinking that this isn't hard work and that this isn't a real job. It's not a long-term solution. And for me, it's not a job. I really like to do this as a hobby, but eventually, if I get to a point in my YouTube career where this could be a full-time job, it's going to be a lot of work. You have meetings with brand partners, you have to come up with your content and create it. Eventually, I would like to make an Amazon storefront if I get to that point in my career. I would like to start a Patreon eventually if I get to that point. But I'm really not putting all of my eggs in this YouTube basket because a lot of people just do not make it. But it does take a lot of work to come up with videos, flesh out video ideas, record, edit. I spend anywhere from 8 to 20 hours editing one video, and it takes a very long time. And so that's a part-time job right there, is creating these videos and editing them. So I think what really helped me overcome this is that other people's judgments aren't a reflection of me as a human being. I know who I am. I know my heart. I know the type of person I am. And their judgments aren't a reflection of that. There is always going to be someone who judges you no matter how successful you are. So you might as well just do what makes you happy. That's really what helped me get over this fear. Another fear that I had and I still have is fear of pushback from people who have different opinions than I do. And I know the concept of minimalism is pretty unpopular, and I'm okay with that. I know that minimalism isn't going to work for everyone. It's not going to work for every lifestyle, but also I really want to send the message that minimalism isn't one size fits all. Minimalism isn't having as little stuff as possible or having blank white walls. I feel like we can make minimalism very cozy. Everyone who comes in my house always comments on how homey it feels and how cozy it is. And I really do believe that's because I live minimally. I don't have a bunch of excess stuff, but I do bring stuff into my home that is meaningful to me and that really fleshes out my personality. I realize that there's always going to be someone who opposes the ideas that I have, and that's okay. Everyone isn't me. I'm not you. I'm not someone else. I'm me. And I can just do what's best for me, and someone else can do what's best for them. I am not here to push my ideas on anyone. And I just really hope that my channel is an inspiration to people who do want to live more minimally and who are looking on ways that they can cut back in their own lives. But I understand 100% that this isn't a lifestyle that everyone likes. I think that's really helped me not fear that pushback that I'm going to get from other people, because there's always going to be someone who opposes your ideas no matter what you think. You could say the dogs are your favorite animal, and someone's going to be like, oh, absolutely not. It's cats. Love cats. Cats are my favorite. But I digress. I really hope that your fear of pushback isn't holding you back, because I know it was holding me back. I wouldn't be where I am right now without the people who support me and love me. And I thank each and every one of you who watched my previous video and helped me surpass the 100 subscriber threshold. And so I really hope I can make my way to 200 and I can keep making these videos for you guys who enjoy my content, who do support me. And thank you. Another fear that I had is the fear of failure. I think this is a fear that everyone has, no matter what your career is or what you're doing in life. We're wired to fear failure, and I still fear that. I know that 100 subscribers isn't a lot. The creators that I watch have, some of them have hundreds of thousands of subscribers, and I don't expect that from my career in YouTube, but I really hope that I can get to a point where this feels more natural to me. Like, I don't know if this will ever feel natural to me because I am just talking to my camera, but it really does feel like I'm talking to friends. It's becoming more natural as I do it. I'm trying to let go of the fear of failure. It's still there, but it's not as loud in my head. I've really learned to become okay with the idea of failing. Everyone's not going to be good at everything. There are a ton of things that I'm not good at and have failed at. I really wanted to get into watercolor and then realized very quickly that I just was not good at it, no matter how much I practiced. But I still do enjoy painting, even though it's not good. I really didn't set any expectations going into YouTube because if I set expectations, then there was a chance that I would fail at not meeting my goals. And not meeting my goals, I always viewed as failure. And so I really don't want to set any expectations with YouTube, even though I do have a few rough ideas of where I want this to go. I really had to let go of that in order to let go of my fear of failure. And the next question is, what is your favorite type of video to film and why? And I really enjoy videos like this where I just get to sit and talk to the camera because it really does feel like I'm talking to a friend. And these are fairly easy videos to edit, and I just have to sit here and do one quick sit down and talk video, and then I'm done with it. And I really don't have to worry about importing a bunch of separate clips into my computer so that I can edit them and putting all of the edited or all of the rough footage together. I can just put this video into my editing software and just pretty much cut out the parts that don't work. And then it all kind of comes together in a cohesive video. With videos like my entire house declutter, I had to record separate clips for each thing that I wanted to do. And it became really confusing when I was trying to import them into my computer and put them together into one cohesive video. So I really do enjoy these videos where we just get to sit down and have a cozy chat together. And the next question is what do you hope to achieve through your YouTube channel and what are your long-term goals for it? And I mentioned earlier that I really didn't set any rigid goals for myself. I would like to become part of the Amazon affiliate program, and I think I have to have 500 subscribers or 500 followers on any of my social media platforms to qualify for that. So I think that is my very first goal is to become an Amazon affiliate. And then I would love to get to a place where I can set up an Amazon storefront. I would really like to do that. I think that sounds so fun. But I think my main goal is that I want to create a warm and welcoming community where anyone feels safe here. Anyone feels safe to be themselves and to not feel judged by other people. I really don't want to create a judgmental community. So, before you comment on anything, just please be mindful of the things that you're saying and if they may come across as just judgmental or mean. Because I really do want to create a space where we can discuss concepts and ideas without being judgmental or rude or mean. I really want everyone to view everything through an empathetic lens and to just have some good discussions where we can all round out our minds and have robust conversations that really aid us in our growth and our passions. And I think that that is my main goal. And I truly believe that the world needs a lot more kindness. I think kindness can fix a lot of these problems that we're having in the world. And I really want that to be a cornerstone of what my channel is built on. I want everyone in the comments to be kind and accepting to everyone. And really just please think of that whenever you're leaving comments. I really want to create a community focused on kindness and just being the best human being that we can all be. And as mentioned earlier, I also want to spread the message that minimalism isn't all cold, sterile grays, that it can really be a cozy way for you to feel comfortable in your own home. And the next question is, what advice would I give someone looking to start their own YouTube channel? And I say this every time someone asks me the same question, and that's just get started. You don't have to be the very best at what you're doing. I was very bad. I still am very bad in the grand scheme of YouTube at editing videos. But don't be afraid to be bad at something. Just sit down. I record on my phone. I have a $20 tripod and mic setup that isn't even tall enough for me to stand up and talk. So I have to sit down like this. But you don't need the best equipment. You don't need to be the best at what you're doing right away. Don't be afraid to be bad at something. You learn as you go. You get better at editing the more that you do it. You get more comfortable sitting and talking in front of your camera the more that you do it. I feel like my very first video, if you go back and watch it, I was so nervous. I had no idea what I was doing. I still don't have any idea what I'm doing, but I really am just faking it until I make it. So you can really edit anything into being a cohesive video. I started putting blooper reels at the end of my video just to show you that this doesn't come naturally to me. There are a lot of times when I am sitting there just staring at the camera, trying to will some type of thought into my head so that I can keep talking and get this video over with. But yeah, just get started. Don't be afraid to get started. I mean, you can be afraid, but do it anyway, because I promise you that it does get easier the more that you go on. And the last question in the set of YouTube questions is, what are my social medias? And I will link them in the bio because it's going to be easier for you to find me through links there. But I don't have a lot of social media. I don't like TikTok. Really, when I talk about simplifying my life, that also meant simplifying the number of social media outlets that I was on. And so I really only have Instagram, I have Pinterest, and I have Goodreads. But those are pretty much the only three I have. I do have a personal Facebook, but I will not share that with you because that is for my personal life only. My Instagram handle is at kelly.hughes98. You can find me on Pinterest at kellyhughes98. And then I'll have to link my Goodreads down below because it's really hard to search for people whenever you're on the mobile app. But yeah, those are the three that I have. And I would love it if you would join me over there. Okay, and the next set of questions should be a little faster to get through. They're questions about my personal life, not like too personal, but like just general getting to know you questions. And the first question is, where are you from? My husband and I currently live in Jasper, Indiana. I'm born and raised here, been here for 25 years, but we really hope to move to New England pretty soon. So hopefully within the next couple of years, I we will be thriving in New England. We are currently jumping between four states, so we have to narrow it down yet. We're stuck between New York because my husband already has a job waiting for him there if he wants it. Rhode Island because he can also get a job there, just transfer from his current job. Massachusetts, that is our number one pick, but we would both have to find jobs there because there is no branch of his job in Massachusetts, but that is our number one pick. And then we also have Vermont on our radar because we both keep getting matched with Vermont whenever we take assessments on where we should move. But anyway, that got away from me. So, yeah, we live in Jasper, Indiana, about an hour and a half from Louisville, Kentucky. The next question is, do you have any pets? We have four cats. We have Millie, who is about 16 or 17 years old. We have Raven, who we got about a month after we got married in 2019. We have Brad, who we got during COVID lockdown in June of 2020. And we have Kiko, who is probably 6 or 7 months old right now. We got her around Christmas time this past year in 2022 because we took in a couple of kittens to foster them because it was going to get really cold outside, and we ended up keeping her. So now we have four cats and we love them all dearly. The next question is, how do you stay productive and manage time efficiently? I'm going to be really honest. I'm going to let you in on a secret. I'm really bad at time management. It is not my strong suit. I would rather be doing anything else but being productive. But I do try to follow a basic schedule throughout my day. So no matter what time I wake up or what time I go to bed, my schedule kind of looks pretty similar. The first thing I do whenever I wake up is I will do my hair and makeup, brush my teeth, and all of that good stuff to get ready for the day. And then the next part of my day focuses on either schoolwork or recording, depending on a bunch of factors that I'm not going to get into right now. Then I break for lunch when my husband gets home. After that, I'll do some housework and other stuff that I need to get done. And then after that, I usually sit down for about an hour before my husband gets home from work just to read or do some work on my iPad or what have you. And then after that, we make supper, go for a walk, I shower, and then we go to bed. So that's generally what a daily schedule looks like, but it does vary from day to day depending on what I have to do. But I also do list out my top 2 or 3 priorities for the day, and I really make sure I get those done. Everything else can wait. I just have to get those top 3 priorities done for the day, And that's really what I focus on because if I try to do too much in one day, I get overloaded and then I do nothing. And that's really not good because my house gets messy. I fall behind on schoolwork. It's a few weeks before I get a YouTube video out, and I really want to stay productive. So, recording this video was the very first thing on my priority list for today. And then tomorrow, my priority list will look different, and then it varies from day to day. And I also use AI as a tool to create schedules. One of the videos in my pipeline of videos that I want to get out is how I use AI to create my perfect daily schedule. I know a lot of people have a lot of questions revolving AI and a lot of fears, but for me, AI has really been a helpful tool and really figuring out how to pretty much function day to day. I get video ideas for it, I get travel ideas from it. I did use it to create my daily schedule. And so once that's done, I will link the video. I don't know which corner it is, but I will link the video somewhere up here. And then I'm really excited for that video because AI has really helped me just come up with the perfect daily schedule for me. And I'm really excited to share that with you because I think it'll help be a helpful tool for you too. The next question is, what books have you read that have had a big impact on your life? And really, I read a bunch of books. I'm reading over 100 books a year at this point. We are in May right now, and I've already read 54 books this year. So I do read a lot of books. A lot of them don't have a big impact on me, but two that I have read have, and that is Untamed by Glennon Doyle Melton, and then this one, Wild and Precious Life by Sarah Wilson. And I think those are my two most tabbed books. I don't write in my books, but I have studied those two books extensively and tabbed them to oblivion. And so those two books really are the books that have had the most impact in my life. There are obviously probably more, but for the sake of the video, I'm just going to focus on those two. And the last question in this set of questions before we move on to the last section is, what is your educational and professional background? I have, ever since I could work, I worked in retail, and then I decided that I hate retail. I really hated being customer facing. It was very stressful to me. Yeah, and so then in I think 2018 maybe, I shifted to banking and I was a loan processor at a bank, and I found it incredibly boring. I had a basic cubicle office job. I found out right away that that was not the path for me. And so currently, I am getting a degree in environmental science. And I actually just found out last month that I got accepted into my school's master's degree program. And so I'm going to be getting that degree in environmental science and wildlife conservation with a concentration in professional wildlife biology. And that has been my passion for so long. But out of high school, I didn't know that. Here in the Midwest, I think when you're really into animals, people just automatically are like, oh, she's gonna go become a vet. But I knew deep down that I just did not want to do that. That wasn't the path that I wanted to go on. I knew I wanted to work with wild animals and wildlife. So eventually, just call it fate or God or what have you, I got a ad in my Instagram feed from University College, and turns out they are an environmental college, and I applied, I got in, and now I am on my way to living my dreams. And so really it worked out perfectly, and I'm so excited for the way that my life is going right now and the way that my career is going. I would love to work in wildlife rehabilitation or in a zoo. I'm really into sustainability, so maybe somewhere in the sustainability sector would be nice. But yeah, so as I do YouTube, I am a housewife, and that is why I have all this time to make these YouTube videos. And the next question are what I labeled as fun questions. And I'm really excited to go through these questions because I thought they were so fun and I thought they would just be a nice, relaxing way to end this video. The first question is, what are some of your favorite hobbies and leisure activities? I really enjoy reading. As mentioned earlier, I read for at least an hour a day. A lot of times it comes out to 3 hours a day. It all just depends on the day. I enjoy cooking and baking. I have a recipe binder full of recipes that I enjoy making. I bake my own bread. I like doing just traditional homemaking things. So cooking and baking fall into that net. And also, I enjoy organizing and cleaning. I know that sounds weird and confusing, but if you've seen Friends, Think Monica from Friends. That's me. I really enjoy an organized and clean home, and I just get into a groove whenever I'm cleaning, and the world just kind of washes away. So that's also a thing that I enjoy doing. I enjoy traveling. My husband and I went to Cincinnati again this past weekend. We went to a Reds game and to the zoo, and that was really fun. We go to Cincinnati probably 5 or 6 times a year because it is only about 3 hours away, and that's really not a big drive for us. But that's where we go most of the time. But we do a big family vacation every year, and I always enjoy those. We have one coming up next month where we're going to Gatlinburg, Tennessee with my entire family, and so that'll be really fun. The next question is, what are some of your favorite books, movies, and TV shows? I wrote down, I think, 5 of each. Some of my favorite books include The Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren, Untamed by Glennon Doyle, like I mentioned earlier, Beyond the Wand by Tom Felton, which is a book written by the man who plays Draco Malfoy in the Harry Potter series. I really enjoyed that one. The Harry Potter series in general, I really like that series. It's pretty much my entire personality. I'll talk about Harry Potter all day long. Daisy Darker by Alice Feeney is one that I really enjoyed, and The Lost Apothecary by Sarah Penner. TV shows, we basically only watch sitcoms, so The Office, Parks and Rec, Superstore, Modern Family, Schitt's Creek. Recently, I've been really into Star Trek Strange New Worlds. I'm not really a big Star Trek fan, but the new series I have really been enjoying. My husband and I have been watching it. Movies, I don't really watch a lot of movies. I'm not a big movie person, but some of my favorites are the 2005 version of Pride and Prejudice. The Greatest Showman is probably my favorite movie of all time. I've seen it dozens of times probably, and I never get tired of it. And Moana. That one's weird for a grown woman to like, but I really enjoy Moana. It's one of my favorite movies. What are you gonna do? Like what you like. The next question is, what are some of your favorite travel experiences and what is your dream travel destination? And like I said, my husband and I love to travel. We travel as often as we can. I always love a Disney vacation, specifically the Disney vacation we took with my family in 2022 was so much fun. It was just a trip filled with love and laughter and light. There was a day when we got absolutely drenched watching the fireworks show, and that is probably one of my favorite life moments ever. We took a photo. I'm going to try to insert it here, but it is my one of my favorite pictures and my one of my favorite memories of all time. So I really enjoyed that vacation. That was so life-filling and soul-filling that I still smile whenever I think about it. My husband and I still talk about it all of the time. We also took a Vegas road trip in October of 2020, I think, for our first anniversary, and we talk about that trip all of the time too. It was so fun. We drove from Indiana to Vegas, and then we also made a stop in California. We were in the car for like 30 hours, and it was just amazing. You would see the Midwest turn into the plains of Kansas, and then you would see the plains turn into the snowy mountains of Colorado, and you would see the snowy mountains turn into vibrant bright red deserts, and it was the one of the best trips I have ever taken. It was incredible. If you get the opportunity to take a cross country road trip, do it. It is amazing. There are no words to describe how much that we saw and how much we experienced in that trip. We took a trip to California to see Hollywood. We went up to the Griffith Observatory, which we didn't get to go in because of COVID. My goodness, it was so soul filling. I just am still in awe that we got to do that. And I really hope that one day we can explore the East Coast in the exact same way. With dream travel destinations, I want to go to Italy so bad. It is on my list, and I'm gonna get to Italy one day. I am actually learning Italian on Duolingo. I'm also learning French because I really want to go to France one day. But I think other than Italy and France, Australia. I really want to go to the Australia Zoo. That is what got me into wildlife conservation, watching Crikey, It's the Irwins. So going to the Australia Zoo would be a dream come true. And so I think those are the 3 places that I am really focusing my sights on right now, and hopefully one day I'll get there. Next question is my favorite music genres and artists. I feel like I know everyone says this, but I do have a really eclectic music taste. I really have everything on my favorites playlist from pop to country to indie to alternative to classic rock. I have some classical music on there. I really have a vast array of musical preferences, but I generally enjoy vibey, low key music. I just really like low, soft acoustic songs. That's what I listen to generally day to day. My Spotify Wrapped says I mostly listen to folk music. I guess that kind of falls into this category. I don't really know what folk music is, but I trust it because apparently I listen to a lot of it. Some of my favorite artists, this is gonna make it look like I have a really basic music taste, which I do. I'm not ashamed of it. I like what I like, but Ed Sheeran is probably one of my favorite artists of all times. I really like Taylor Swift. Louis Capaldi is also one of my favorites. I like The Strike, and with older music, I really enjoy Fleetwood Mac and the Eagles. That's pretty much my music taste, what I listen to day to day, but I do listen to a lot of genres. It just depends on my mood and what I'm feeling that day. The next question is really fun. It's if you could live in any fictional world of your choosing, which would you choose and why? And I think that that's really easy for me to answer. I would live in the Harry Potter universe. I love going to Universal and walking down Diagon Alley, and I like walking through Hogsmeade. I think it is so fun. I would love to live in a world where magic exists in real life. I think it's really fun. And the thought of being able to go to a wizard school and learning everything that there is to know about magic and the history of magic and caring for wild beasts, it would be an absolute dream come true. I would love to take care of magical creatures like Newt Scamander does and Fantastic Beasts. It would just be so cool. The next one kind of ties into this, and it's what is your Hogwarts house and how does that manifest in your daily life? And I am a Ravenclaw, just through and through a Ravenclaw. It is very evident if you knew me in real life that there is really no other answer. I highly value education and learning. I think that education is super important. I love learning. I read voraciously and I just pretty much absorb new information like a sponge. I also value wit, wisdom, and creativity, which are the three describing factors of a Ravenclaw house. I think the Ravenclaw motto is wit beyond measure is man's greatest treasure. I read a lot. I try to learn something new every single day. I love engaging in intellectual conversations that stimulate my mind and really help me grow as a human being. And so I think those are really the way that my Ravenclaw personality manifests in real life. My last question that I have here is what are your favorite Disney movies? I talk about Disney a lot more than an adult probably should, but I really enjoy Disney. I guess you could describe me as a Disney adult. I mentioned Moana earlier. I also really like Frozen 2. I think that is one of the best Disney movies ever created. The messaging and the cinematography and the writing was just absolutely perfect. I think it handled very heavy concepts and topics in a very comprehensive way. And I thought it was just a beautiful movie. It makes me cry every time I watch it. Lilo and Stitch, I've also watched that a lot. I'm really excited for the live action to come out because it is one of my favorite Disney movies. And then I think to round out the list, I think the live action Beauty and the Beast is also one of my favorite Disney movies. I love Josh Gad in that movie. I think he is brilliant. Emma Watson was so good. It just every single part of that movie is a masterpiece. I saw it in theaters and I am so glad I did because it was just an experience that was just amazing. I watch it probably twice a year. My husband really likes that movie too, so we really do enjoy watching that together. And I think that's it. Those are all of the questions that I have. I really enjoyed sitting down and doing this. I would like to do more videos like this in the future as I gain more subscribers. I really want to thank each and every one of you who subscribed from my last video. I just feel so incredibly grateful that you're here and that you chose to subscribe to my channel because I feel like I'm just a nobody living in the Midwest and I felt like that my whole life. So I really appreciate you all being here. If you think my message or anything will resonate with someone else, please share my videos with them. I would love to have them as part of this community that I'm building. And I'm just so incredibly thankful that you're here. If you watched until the end, thank you so much. It really helps boost my channel. Please also like this video if you enjoyed it because that also really helps my channel out. That's a small way that you can support me. If you're new here, please subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. I think that you will value the videos that I'm creating for the future. Also, if you want to be notified of videos I make in the future, please hit the little notification bell and it'll send a notification right to your phone, right whenever my new video uploads. Wow, the sun is coming out and I look very pale. I am very pale. So that is the end of my video. I really hope this helped you get to know me a little bit and kind of see if my channel is a good fit for you. So if you made it this far in the video, please leave me an emoji that makes you think of my personality. I'd be really interested to know what you all think and how I come off to people who don't really know me. So leave me a personality emoji, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.